Mhm. Boker Tov, good morning. Good to see you this morning as you come in on this first day of the week, on this lovely Sunday morning. Boker Tov. And here we are this morning together, starting a new week. Please do go ahead and drop a note of greeting to the others with us. Good morning, Joni. And good morning to each of you on this lovely day as we start a new week. Every new week is a precious gift, another opportunity to um, experience blessing in our world. Good morning, Anita. Good morning, Anne. Good morning to all of you as we're here together today. Good morning, Seymour. And to one, to all, we say Boker Tov. Welcome to Boker Tov from Temple Sinai Congregation of Toronto's daily opportunity to connect, to reflect, and to remember. Good morning, Annette. Boker Tov, and Boker Tov to each and every one of you. As this morning we gather to start our week, relying on and connecting to the traditions of our people, in order to help ourselves be grateful, grounded, and to make the most of this wonderful day, this wonderful time that we've been given. So let's start our week with gratitude. Please join me in reciting Asher Yatzar in Hebrew and English, the prayer that recognizes the functioning of the body as the moment-to-moment miracle that it is. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yatzar et ha'adam bechokma, uvaravo nekavim nekavim, chalulim chalulim, galui v'yadua lifnei chisei kvodecha, שאם ייפתח אחד מהם, או ייסתם אחד מהם, אי אפשר להתקיים ולעמוד לפניך. ברוך אתה אדוני, רופא כל בשר ומפליא לעשות. Blessed eternal God, creator of the universe, you have fashioned our bodies with wisdom, creating within us a finely balanced network. To stand before you in prayer is itself a fragile miracle. Eternal God, we praise you as the healer of body and spirit. The soul that you have given me, O God, is a pure one. You have created and formed it, breathed it into me, and within me you sustain it. So long as my soul is within me, I will give thanks to you, eternal my God and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. We praise you, we praise you, eternal God, in whose hand is the power of all life and the spirit of all flesh. And now we join in the words Lasok b'divrei Torah to give thanks and recommit ourselves to a life of learning. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. וערב נא אדוני אלוהינו את דברי תורתך בפינו ובפי עמך בית ישראל, ונהיה אנחנו וצאצאינו וצאצאי עמך בית ישראל, כולנו יודעי שמך ולומדי תורתך לשמה. ברוך אתה אדוני, המלמד תורה לעמו ישראל. אלו דברים שאין להם שיעור. These are the obligations whose value cannot be measured. They nourish us in this world and help us to create the world to come. Hibud av v'aim, to honor fathers and mothers. Ugmilut chasadim, to perform acts of love and kindness. Vashgamat bet midrash shacharit ve'arvit, to attend the house of study morning and evening. Vachnasat orchim, to welcome the stranger. Uvikul cholim, to visit the sick, v'hachnasat kala, to provide for brides and grooms, ulevayat hamed, to keep faith with the dead, v'yun tefillah, to pray with sincerity, v'hava'at shalom ben adam lechavero, to make peace when there is strife, v'tamud Torah keneged kulam, and the study of Torah is equal to them all. We offer certain prayers in the morning because they testify to the larger reality around us. Baruch She'amar, which we'll recite in Hebrew and English on the white side of the page this morning, certifies that there's a reason why our Torah teaches that God created the world with words, because words have a much greater purpose than merely communicating. They name our world and they bring elements of it and experiences and feelings into being. And so, in fact, our world and our experience of it is created by the words we choose and that others do as well, just as the divine choice of words created the reality in which we live. So please join me in Hebrew and English, and then we'll continue with Psalm 100, our song for gratitude. Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam. Blessed is the one who speaks that we might listen. Blessed is the one who acts that we might be witnesses. Baruch hu uruch shemo. Blessed is the one who decides that we might accept. Blessed is the one who has mercy that we might live. Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam. Blessed is the one who removes the darkness that we might see. Blessed is the one who lives forever that we might believe. Blessed is the one who saves and delivers that we might be redeemed. And Mizmor LaTodah literally means a song of gratitude. Whether we sing it or say it, it's about allowing that sense of appreciation to grow, to blossom, to sing within us. Let all the earth sing to the eternal, find joy in service of the sacred. May every word lead to an encounter with the divine presence. May we sense the Holy One within us and in all creation, discover sacred purpose in every moment. The eternal is our infinitely capable creator. God forms our purpose and potential. Enter the gates with gratitude. Bring praise and thanks and bless the divine name. The divine love of the eternal allows us to find good in everything and strengthens the faith of each generation. And so we join generations past and current in reciting Shema Yisrael, these words that are at once a joyous affirmation and an informed recognition of the challenges of life and the ability of us as a people and as individuals to upstand to them and overcome them. And so we turn to these words that in a world that is so compartmentalized and divided, that we acknowledge oneness and that it is holy to find what is shared, especially something that is shared among all, a different search in today's challenging world. And so we begin with Shema Yisrael, look for what is uniting and united among our people, as different as we are, and to hope that might be a model for our larger world together. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha. Vayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavcha hayom al levavecha. V'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam. V'shivtecha bevetecha uvelechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך. וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם, ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם. ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וראיתם אותו. וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותן. ולא תטרו אחרי לבבכם, ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת. Well, truth is really a precious commodity, and it is not easily discovered, and it is really ours to treasure and to hold on to. Not an easy thing to do, to maintain our grasp on holiness and peace. And because truth really supports those, that holiness in our world and a reality that we experience moments of peace is really not possible unless we are willing, unless we're willing to seek and to acknowledge the truth. Not an easy thing to do. And so it also involves looking at who is around us and recognizing what it is that is happening and who we are sharing our lives with. And so before we turn to our prayer of Havdalah, of recognizing, making distinguishing understanding, something that's necessary to see the truth, let's join in this prayer and a minute of silence. It gives us a chance to reflect on what is around us and how we connect to it during this new week. The words of Rav Yanai. Yeh ratzon milfanecha, Adonai Eloi, shetiten li lev tov, chelek tov, yetzer tov, chaver tov, shem tov, ayin tova, v'nefesh tov, v'nefesh shvala v'ruach nemucha, al yitchalel shimcha banu, v'al ta'asenu simcha, lefi kol habriyot. Eternal, my God, may it be the divine will to grant me a good heart and a good place in the world. May I incline toward the positive within me and find good friends and merit a good name. May I show generosity to others and maintain a good and humble soul within. May your name not be profaned through our actions, and may we not be the topic of idle chatter. That last line literally says, do not make us the topic of conversation in the mouth of all of your creatures. Powerful words. Let's take a moment, all of them, to reflect on them. Now let's join in this prayer of distinction and transition as we move not only but from Shabbat to a weekday, but among moments in using the intellect and the clarity that God gave us to see the distinctions between truth and falsehood, between good and evil, between light and dark. אתה חוננתנו למדע תורתך, ותלמדנו לעשות חוקי רצונך. ותבל אדוני אלוהינו בין קודש לחול, בין אור לחושך, בין ישראל לעמים, בין יום השביעי לששת ימי המעשה. אדוני אלוהי ואלוהי אבותיי ואמותיי, החל עלינו הימים הבאים לקראתנו לשלום, מנוקים מכל עוון ומדבקים ביראתך, ברוך חונן הדעת. God, you have graciously given us the chance to know your Torah and taught us to observe your laws. Eternal, our God, you have allowed us to see the distinctions between holy and ordinary, between light and dark, between Israel and other nations, and between the seventh day and the 6 days of work. Eternal, my God, God of my fathers and mothers, may the days to come bring peace, free of wrongdoing and filled with reverence. Blessed is the source of intelligence. And it is interesting that the distinctions that the prayer notes are different than the distinctions that I offered in introduction to it. Good and evil, for example, are just that, something that's blessing and something that's cursed, something that's positive and something that's negative. Whereas the specific distinctions that are chosen here that enable us then to choose life and to avoid wrongdoing are all distinctions among things that are different but essential. That Kodesh and holy and ordinary is not holy and profane. The word chol refers to this new day we have, blessed but differently blessed than a sacred time. Light and dark, both essential elements of the cycles of our world, just like our world is made up of Israel, of the Jewish people and other peoples, all essential and real and meaningful parts of the larger world in which we live. And the seventh day would not be what it is without the 6 days of work. So I hope making distinctions that are factual distinctions rather than moral distinctions is what can prepare us for the latter that are so important, that can enable us to see differences in our world and react to them from a solid base in our moral choices and our mundane choices. We do that by supporting the soldiers of the IDF called into being by the horrific ongoing terrorist attack on the state of Israel that hasn't ceased a single day since a year ago, October 7th. It's painful to think of the sacrifices they and their families are making. We support them and are there with them in these words of blessing. מי שבירך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, אמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל ושאר מגיני עמנו העומדים על משמרתם. ישמעם הקדוש ברוך הוא ויצילם מכל צרה וצוקה ומכל נגע ומחלה, וישלח ברכה בכל מעשה ידיהם. ויקוים בהם הכתוב, וכיתתוך אבותיהם לעתים, וחניתותיהם למזמרות, לא יישאו גוי גוי חרב, ולא ימדון עוד מלחמה, וישבו איש תחת כפנו, ותחת תאנתו, ואין מחריד ונאמר, Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless the soldiers of the IDF and all who stand on guard for us. May the Holy One guard them against all difficulty and distress, injury and illness. May all of their actions bring blessing, fulfilling the prophet's words. Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Let nation not lift up sword against nation, and may they learn war no more. May all sit under a vine or fig tree, with none to make them afraid. And together we say, Amen. was very meaningful to start the week with you here this morning and for us to have the chance to start the week together. If you didn't have a chance to share a word of greeting at the opening of our service today, feel free to do so now as we pause, as we connect and reflect, and now take the time to remember. And so, we pause now and see ourselves through the eye of memory, being aware uh, of the power of those who have been before us to inspire us. I see. And so as we pause and remember, we recall those who've died in recent days and weeks, those who died at this season in years past, and those we've taken into our hearts with our own. But before we do that, your thank you, your posting of names reminds me that we haven't yet paused to acknowledge um, the those who are ill or unwell or isolated or injured, as well as the those who are captive. And so please join me in reciting this prayer for them. So for each of them, for all of them, for the names you've added to the chat, for the names that you have given entrusted to me and to the synagogue, and for all those forcibly held hostage now for 406 days, may they be immediately released. 408, I think it might be. For each of them, for all of them, we turn to these words of refuah. מי שברך אבותינו אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, ואמותינו שרה, רבקה, לאה ורחל, הוא ירפא את כל מכותינו. יהי רצון מלפניך, אדוני אלוהינו, לחל עמם ולרפאותם, וישלח לנו מהרה רפואה שלמה, ותרת שלום, ונאמר אמן. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless and heal all who suffer. May it be the divine will to provide healing and strength. Reveal to us the holiness of life, the wholeness of shalom, and let us say together, Amen. So with that essential and timely prayer, it is now time to remember. Recalling those who died in the past 30 days. In our congregational family, we extend our condolences to the families of Ernie Rovette, Nancy Draper, Phyllis Zeltzer, John Montague, Florence Wunsch, Helen Binns, Adam Adler, Molly Rosen. And it is our sad duty to report the death of Stanley Swartz, husband of Janie, father of our member Rachel Swartz, and to Elise and Jeffrey and Adriana. Our condolences to the entire family. Funeral will take place today at 2 p.m. At Benjamin's. Additional information is available on their website. We also remember all victims of terror and war, including terror victims Carmi Chasson, Mina Chasson, Mohammed Nayi, Omer Weinstein, Shmuel Zalman Cohen, Sivan Sadeh, and the following active duty IDF personnel whose lives have been sacrificed during these past 30 days. We remember Barak Yisrael Sagan, Elad Simantov, Itai Malkovich, Yarden Zakai, Ofek Bachar, Alon Safrai, Amit Chai, Avram Yosef Goldberg, Yonatan Yoni Keren, Hassan Daksa, Salman Habaka, Guy Shabtai, Sarah Eliad Navalsky, Shlomo Aviad Naiman, Tom Segal, Guy Ben Charush, Shuvael Ben Natan, Mordechai Chaim Moyal, Shaul Moyal, Shmuel Harari, Ivri Dickstein, Alon Amitai, Ariel Sosanoff, Elisha Young, Hillel Ovadia, Ido Ben Zvi, Koren Bitan, Omri Tamari, Shalev Yitzchak Sagron, Shira Chaya Suslik, Yoav Agmon, Yosef Hib, Aviv Gilboa, Dror Chen, Eliashiv Etan Vider, Gary Lul Ruai Kimia, Zolat, Itai Parizat, Malachi Yehuda Harari, Naor Chaimov, Nave Yair Asulin, Nir Gofer, Nissim Metal, Ophir Berkovich, Ophir Aliyahu, Or Katz, Sraya Elboim, Tzvi Matityahu Marantz, Yair Chananya, Yaakov Hillel, Yehuda Dor, Yishai Man, Gi Idan, Omri Lotan, Adir Kadosh, Nur Zalman Cohen, Aviram Hariv, Dan Maori, Eliav Amram Abitbol, Itamar Levine Friedman, and sadly the names continue to grow each day. And so to each that is has been lost since then as well. And likewise, we also remember on yahrzeit today, on yahrzeit on this 16th day of Cheshvan, the 17th of November, 2024. We honor the life and legacy of Barbara Ruth Acker, Ray Atlin, Selena Bresver, Abraham Al Garber, John Gain, Ruth Littner Slapak, Rose Pearson, Faye Richmond, Benjamin Seaton. Zichronam Levacha, may their memories be a blessing to us. Our griefs and our sympathies are mingled as we turn together to words sanctified by memory, words glorified by hope. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemeh rabah be'alma divrach chiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'bizman kari v'emor amen. Yeheh shmeh rabah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitomam v'yitnaseh v'yitader v'yit'aleh v'yitalal shemeh dekudsha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran v'alma v'emor amen. Yeheh shlama rabba min shmaya v'chayim alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'emor amen. Oseh shalom b'momam. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'emor amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and bring comfort and strength to all who remember. And together we say, amen. Well, Temple is grateful that a contribution has been made today to the security campaign by the Garber family in memory of Abraham Al Garber. And hoping that today can be a significant and meaningful and powerful day for each of you. Boker Ol, Boker Tov. I'll see you here on Boker Tov if you're not at Shul tomorrow morning at 7:30. I'll see you here at 8:30, I hope, you and others. Boker Ol, Boker Tov. Make it a good one.